Hello everyone, here's Siddharth Pandey from Lpu Jalandhar, Punjab, and a proud student from the course of BCA AI and Data Analytics. So first let me explain you my today's topic, that is data analytics. Does data explain the story? We can verify, analyze and answer this question. Does data explains stories? Let's have a check on the two datas we had extracted from ChatGPT. The first is Jallianwala Bagh and second is our India before independence. We will gonna to check this data, verify this data and analyze this data. Does this data will explain story or not? Let's have a go with our first data, which is Jallianwala Bagh. So let's move with it. So first move with basic details which are given to us is basic details. Date 13 April 1919. Location Jallianwala Bagh near the Golden Temple, Amritsar, Punjab. Main office is Edward Dyer and occasion for the gathering of thousands of people in Jallianwala Bagh is peaceful gathering to protest against Rowlatt Act. So what is Rowlatt Act? Let's understand. Repress the basis of this data of Jallianwala Bagh, which is created by ChatGPT AI, but the story will be created by a human, that's me, Siddharth. Okay, so let's begin it. On 13 April 1999, thousands of peoples of India, without any discrimination in the religion, has gathered into Jallianwala Bagh to protest against Rowlatt Act, which is enclosed by British government, and peaceful celebrations of Baisakhi that time. But General Dyer doesn't like this, the gathering of Indian peoples, unity of Indian peoples. Okay, unity of Indians doesn't liked by the General Dyer, and he entered the Jallianwala Bagh, which is an enclosed building, entered with their 90 plus armed force and opened fire on all the innocents, and no punishment will be given to him because he had fired without any warning, without any written order, and the fake reports were created at that time that only 360 plus were there and dead and 1200 plus were injured. But according to Indian national estimate, only 1500 Indians were died in that accident and 1000 plus were injured. So we can say that data creates a story. Yet we read the data of Jallianwala Bagh incident, which is created by our ChatGPT AI, which we read, we analyzed, and finally we created with the story of our first data, which is Jallianwala Bagh. Now let's move to our next data, which is for India before independence. So let's move with our political system of India before 1947. Let me explain. 1947 is in a year when our India get free. So political system: British colonial rule under the British Parliament. Economy: mostly agrarian colonial economy exploited for British benefits. Secondly, GDP share was 3% of global GDP. And literacy rate very low due to lack of access and emphasis. Education: few universities, mostly for elites. Life expectancy rate is 32 years, and agriculture, subsequently farming, low productivity in zamindari system. Industry limited to textile and mining and British owned factories. Infrastructure: poor, few roads, a railway built mainly for British extraction. Military: British Indian Army, mostly used in British wars. Women's status socially restricted, low literacy, minimal rights. Health system very limited, mainly urban-based British facilities and technology, minimum native and development. So, here is data of before independence of India with us. Now let's create a story with using this data. So, before 1947 in India is under the rule of British government, or can be said we are under the colonial rule, following all the rules and regulations which are made by the British government for us. And economy is mostly agrarian. Agrarian means slow growth and no growth in year, and exploited by British benefit. Britishers exploited our India and Indians for their benefits. GDP share was 3% of global GDP. 3% of global GDP in 1947. Literacy rate is very low due to lack of universities, colleges, schools, and etc. Agriculture, subsistence farming productivity is also low because they want us to grow cash crops like tobacco,